Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Lady Calamere, and today I'm doing my 324th presentation, and it will be on a Chinese deity, a Chinese god called the Jade Emperor. So, the Jade Emperor, this card is organization. Beautiful oracle card. Got to give credit where credit is due. It comes from Gods and Titans Oracle cards, okay, by Stacy DeMarco, illustrated by Jimmy Manton. Beautiful deck. Pick it up on Amazon.com or eBay, your local occult store, bookstore, or New Age store. So, Jade Emperor. Jade, very precious. Was a precious stone and still is a precious stone, gem in China. And of course, jade comes in many different colors. Most notably, the most famous color, green. But anyways, the Jade Emperor, well, he's an emperor of heaven. So, and even today, even in modern day China, he plays a great, powerful, significant role in people's lives, especially around the time of the Chinese New Year. So now, right before the New Year, the kitchen god, everyone has a kitchen god in their home and will take notes of people's behavior and send his report to the Jade Emperor. So right before the New Year, of course, it's great to please the Jade Emperor and pray to him so that his rewards will be, better than they would have been, and his punishments would be less severe than it would have been. So the Jade Emperor is said to judge the character of each individual in the home for over the past year. So to give, reap what you sow kind of thing. So the Jade Emperors, now his name is UD, U, YU with a hyphen going towards the left over the U, means jade. And D, of course, means emperor. So we got the Jade Emperor out of that name. But his he has different names, okay? So his whole full title is Yu Huang Shang Li. You, okay? Now this U will have two dots over the U, okay? Because the meaning changes now. Instead of just meaning J, the U now means. So it comes to the whole thing. Yu Huang Shang Li means pure Augustus Emperor on high. But the Jade Emperor is more commonly referred to and commonly known in his other title, Yang Gong, and Tiangong, Yang Gong, Heavenly Grandfather. So remember, UD, Jade Emperor, Yu Huang Shangli means pure August Emperor on high, and Tiangong, Heavenly Grandfather. And I hope I pronounced it as best as I could. As best as I could. His wife, and I talked about her before, but I never did a presentation on her. So his wife is Si Wangmu, meaning Queen Mother of the West. So she's the heavenly goddess. She is the most powerful goddess. So Emperor Jade Emperor took, so depending on his religion, on the religion, whether you're doing a Taoist or Taoism, so it will depend whether the three pure ones rule over him, or that the three, well, the three pure ones are above him. So, and the Jade Emperor represents the emperors of China. And he was said to be the first emperor. And the Jade Emperor believed in justice, fairness, benevolence, uh, mercy, kindness, and helpfulness. But again, to punish the wicked and reward those who deserve it. Now, card here, he's also a god of good luck, money, prosperity, position, a position in life. And he is prayed to help end one's suffering. I was meaning to get a statue of him, but I wasn't able to. But they have him readily available, but I needed the funds for other things. So he's also called, one of his titles, God of Wealth. And he's even used in feng shui to bring good wealth. And in feng shui, the wealth is going to come from your eastern quarter. And he also deals with commerce, business, and commercial trade. So he can increase your good luck. Now, he is usually seen as a middle aged man with a goatee, but like a long goatee, a sagely goatee, and a thin mustache. He has he sits on a royal throne, and even has long flowing robes, even depicted with robes with dragons on it. And he could also sometimes be seen in wearing full uh, battle armor, and also seen holding a sword. So apparently he knows how to fight. But not only does he know how to fight, he knows how to rule and he knows magic. He knows very powerful magic. Jing Wangmu, the celestial queen mother, Si Wangmu is also, like I said, the queen mother of the West, and the Jade Emperor had many, many children together. It is said that he was said to, even in Buddhism, they said, well, the Jade Emperor out Buddha the Buddha himself, and actually gives, again, some, don't shoot the messenger, Buddhists, please. I'm just being the messenger. So again, it's just different fates, okay? Faith, not fate. Faith, Faith, is that he did many, 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 many incarnations, and he rose to his place. It just the heavenly title of Jade Emperor wasn't just given to him. He earned it. He earned it through blood, sweat, and tears. He earned it by helping people, by being a good person. So, depending on the stories, his parentage is known and then sometimes unknown. And I gotta stop a cat fight. Good thing I have this microphone so I can keep talking. So he did a lot of service to humanity. If you don't know how to behave, Joker, you can go in the room. Come on. No, go in. So he went around solving problems, helping people through their issues, being a counselor, helping those in need of help. I put the Joker in the room. Don't worry, he has water, he has toys, and he has a litter box. But he gets nasty. He's getting nasty with Lady Boss, and I'm not gonna have it. So I know he started it. Now, this is a deity that's good for those who felt unloved, who are disenfranchised, who have been the outcast, the black sheep, who has never, I mean, he's definitely for those who have never felt popular in their life. And they say that the spiritual people suffer more through their empathy and compassion. So he helps people this way. He's a good one to pray to. His stone is definitely, of course, jade. Oh, hi, Loki. He wants to say hello. Look at him. Look at him. And he's covering our card for today. And he wants all the attention. The Jade Emperor is seen in the story Journey to the West. Have you ever seen the show on TV called The Monkey King? Well, Jade Emperor is in this. Of course, they feature Kuan Yin in it, and the Monkey King. But anyways, when you talk about the Journey to the West, the story is about how the Jade Emperor kicked out Song Wukong because of all the trickery he did and all the chaos he did and all the problems he caused. And Sun Wukong was once a member in the story of the Jade Emperor's court, but was thrown out of heaven and was placed and trapped by a mountain put over him for 500 years for defying his authority. But the Jade Emperor is the story of kindness, compassion, wisdom, but also, it gives you your comeuppance, your just desserts. And it showed, Sun Wukong, bitterness, chaotic behavior, and jealousy. But after repenting and serving Songzong's as Songzong's disciple, Sun Wukong achieves enlightenment and becomes a Buddha, and is accepted back into the arms of the Jade Emperor and into his court again. The Jade Emperor is responsible for the time, the days, the months, and the seasons. So he brings chaos. He brings order from chaos. Talking about Sun Kong, that was chaos, but he brings order. He's a god of great dignity and holiness. Now, the Jade Emperor's birthday celebration is on the ninth day of the lunar calendar year. And this is again a day of introspection, worship of the Jade Emperor on the Chinese New Year. So the stove god Zhao Yun serves the Jade Emperor. He lives in, of course, the kitchen. He gives his report to the Jade Emperor. The Jade Emperor's going to say, should this person be punished? Should the whole family be punished or reward for their behavior, for their actions, for what they did? So people, of course, will often, bribe Zhao Yun with sweets and candy, chocolate, cakes, pies to sweeten him up, or to make his mouth so sticky and gummy that he won't be able to speak. He'll be too busy shoving food in his mouth and candy and sweets. His mouth be full of sweets and candy. So I'm going to read a little bit from this card. Read a little bit. We have the card, and again, it comes from Gods and Titans Guide This is Gods and Titan Oracle cards by Stacy DeMarco, illustrated beautifully by Jimmy Matten. So we go to the Jade. Well, streamlining, recording, and decluttering will clear the way t- to a flow of natural, effortless action. So if you're a hoarder like this guy Kyle I knew, you may want to straighten up. Get rid of things you no longer need. Declutter things. Do your do yourself a favor and your descendants a favor of getting rid of things you don't need, things that are broken, things that no longer serve you. Don't hold on to things that bring filth. And trust me, his house was like a garbage dump, a landfill, total landfill, total garbage. Even my friend said his, ugh. So yeah, you don't want to be like that. Gives me the willies. Anyways, so he can help you bring organization to your life. You can't have organization no matter how much you do it if you're a hoarder. Okay? And your home should not look like a garbage dump. You put that in storage or get rid of it or donate it. Because that brings sickness. So organization is a good idea right before even your own new year. But it's good for your life and everyone else involved. So let's read from this. The Jade Emperor, or Heavenly Grandfather, as he is also known, is one of the most beloved and most courted of the Chinese Taoist gods because of his benevolent protection and supreme organizing ability. As a young deity, the Jade Emperor wandered the earth, humbly helping humans make sense of the world. He taught them how to manage their settlements and their sorrows. To protect the humans, he also defeated the negative energies referred to as demons. Although he possesses a loving energy more than that of a fighter, there are many accounts of the Jade Emperor retreating back to himself to gather his energy and strength in order to have the knowledge and powers needed to conquer significant evil energies. It is because of these deeds that he eventually became the administrator of the immortals, or heavenly ruler. So I'm going to interject. If you have negative vibes going on, maybe a sour place, maybe the land is sour and not sweet, maybe you got issues, he's the one that you can call. As simple as just lighting a candle and lighting incense, humbly bowing your head to him. You put your hands in mudra and ask the prayer mudra and ask him to help you. Explain to him the situation and what is going on to make the place sweet and get rid of the sour negative energy. Holding a little piece doesn't have to be a big piece. Holding a little piece of jade wouldn't hurt either. And it could be a raw piece, it could be a polished piece, it could be a neck, a charm, and that would be great. So, anyways, let's get back to the book. Under his leaderships are assistants who ensure his Wu way, WU, which they have in parentheses, natural, effortless action, is adhered to. These assistants are ordered according to departments with different gods as the head of each department, but all take authority from the Jade Emperor. Should the Jade Emperor enter your realm, it may be time to reorganize, rearrange, and reorder some parts of your life. Planning is a key part of getting your desires met. Don't view it as a chore, but something exciting. It leads you to where you most wish to be. Do you need to plan your schedule more effectively? Do you have too many assignments to write? Or are your extracurricular activities keeping you so busy you feel hectic? If you have a job, is it difficult to find the time to do everything? Can you not decide what path you want to take because too many seem to be clamoring for your attention? Writing things out, planning your time, and organizing your thoughts and actions will help. The Jade Emperor can assist you with this. So let me interject, okay? You got ADHD? You're mindful? Like you take on too many projects? He's a good one to help. I'll tell you, when I moved here, I would open one box and another, then another, and then do this project, do that project, do this project. My God, it was a nightmare. Sometimes I did 5 projects at one time because I just couldn't just concentrate on all. But I got on one, but I got them all done within, 12 hours, 24 hours, you know, actually before 24 hours. And it drove me nuts, but I got it done. Okay. I don't want to be, this fake organization of having everything in boxes and in containers, and then have the containers fill up the space because that's not organizing. That's hoarding. All right. Unless you're this is for your business, for your livelihood, whatever. You really don't need to be living like that. I mean, at least get furniture and put things in. And that's what I did. I got furniture. I got dressers. I got actual freaking dressers. Even if they're dressers, it's still a dresser and it doesn't look like an eyesore because an eyesore makes you want to be sick when you look at it. So, yeah. So there's a way to do things and then there's a way to do things. So, anyways, where was I on this? Can you not decide what path you want to take because too many seem to be clamoring for attention? Writing things out, planning your time, and organizing your thoughts and actions will help, and the Jade Emperor can assist you with this. Having a clear and workable environment enables you to achieve much more in less time as well. Creating some simple systems increase your flow of positive energies such as prosperity and creativity. Take this opportunity to streamline your life. So we're going to skip some things like the shadow side. So let me see. They have an invocation. Let's see if they have. Anyways, so what do I want to say about him? There was a prayer I read and I can't remember it. I'll have to get the. I would have to go get my tablet. I just don't feel like getting up right now. But this deity, the Jade Emperor, is one of the most popular, well known, and important deities in Chinese folk religion even today. In fact, there are many hundreds and hundreds of temples dedicated to him throughout Asia. So, yeah. So there's still a lot of open temples to the Jade Emperor. Now, there was also, Jade Emperor was also said in one of his lives to be a soldier, to be a fighter. Zhang, Zhang, Denglai, Zhang Denglai. And he fought in an extremely vicious, awful, bloody civil war during the Zhou dynasty. Zhou. It was a vicious, awful, ugly, horrendous battle. And in fact, the entire battalion, the was wiped out. When Zhang Ninglai woke up in his afterlife after he died, he found his commander that he was serving under was handing out awards, handing out honorary positions in the celestial court to all the soldiers that were under his command that died with bravery and dignity, or as much dignity as you could. But all the men were awarded positions except for the command of Denglai. His commander was secretly scheming to take the highest position for himself of become of the Jade Emperor himself. And just as he was about to do this crap, he told Denglai, Denglai, and he said, "Wait a moment." So, and it was customary for the higher officials and the royalty to pause before accepting the promotion to position, the echelon in life, and reflect on what they were going to do, what responsibilities they will be taking on, what burdens they were coming on, and Denglai heard his name. He just pretend ignorance. Then Denglai, guess what? Steps forward and accepted the role of the emperor. How cool is that, huh? That's one of the stories. So there's another version of the story of the Jade Emperor, born to a queen who is chaste, who has been praying for an heir to succeed the throne of her husband who was sick and elderly. And as she was sleeping, she had a dream of the philosopher Lao Tzu. And just like the Virgin Mary, she became pregnant. Just like that. And of course, when she gave birth to him, there was something extremely different and special about him. He had this light shining out of him, this brilliance, and he actually gained the ability to talk and walk early, prematurely. And he was patient and kind and very empathetic and compassionate for a child his age, for a small child. So when the father died, the emperor, the, this child assumed the throne. And when he assumed the throne, He devoted to helping those who were the have nots, the disenfranchised and needy, and making sure his subjects had prosperity. And after achieving all of this, in just a short time, he abdicated his throne to one of his relatives because he saw no use in having this power or this much power. I guess he should have started the president, the something by the people of the people for the people, right? But he abdicated his throne because he saw no use in having too much power. So he leaves his throne. After he left his court, this guy, this child, the Jade Emperor, devoted his life to Taoist philosophy and to a life of meditation. And after many years of study, he achieved what the Buddha did: enlightenment. He learned the secret of immortality and becomes this almighty powerful deity, right? Well, as powerful as he can, and becomes this powerful deity, the Jade Emperor. So there's many different stories about him. So there was once a daughter, a talented weaver, the daughter of the Jade Emperor, and a cowherd fell in love with her and she fell in love with him. So, of course, he was angry that his daughter would marry a cowherd. The Jade Emperor banished both of them to live on either side of the Milky Way, on the opposite side of Milky Way. But then he saw how depressed his daughter was, how sad, and to the point of depression and sadness. He couldn't. He didn't see the wisdom in this. So he relented and allowed them to see each other once a year. And this is celebrated on the seventh day of the seventh month on the lunar calendar, which is a type of Valentine's Day, the day where the two lovers are allowed to reunite each year. How cool is that? So, the Jade Emperor can help those who suffer, can help the sick. He protects those from dangerous animals, and he can also protect against assailants and thieves. And let me go get my tablet. So hang on. So the Jade Emperor can be used in magic and luck and prayers to change your life from something from totally crap to something good. And of course, you got to change your mindset too. Get your mind out of the sewer and the gutter. And if you can't figure it out, therapy can always help, or you can ask, help for that. So change your mindset as well. And he can help with that. So here's a prayer. Let me. Okay. So this is the prayer. My throat is dry. And here comes Loki. He wants to be part of the prayer. Ah, 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 ah. You're not knocking it over. He just gave everyone a kiss. So here's Loki. Oh, he's licking his lips. He wants to be part of the prayer. Come on, man. Loki. He came right when I said I was going to pray. Help the sick and all who suffer. Protect the hermits against serpents and tigers. Navigators against the fury of the waves. Peaceable men against robbers and brigands. No, Loki. Drive forth from us all contagion. Caterpillars and grasshoppers. Preserve us from drought, flood, and fire, from tyranny and captivity. Deliver from the hells those who are tormented there. Enlighten all men with the doctrine that saves. Rebirth that which is dead, and let become green again that which is dried up. So you see, he's protecting against insects, those insects that especially will destroy your crops, which will cause, blight your crops, starvation. He's protecting against wildfires that we have today and floods and from natural disasters. The Jade Emperor is very wise. He's compassionate. Is he approachable? Yes, but remember, respect. He's an emperor. Okay, be humble with him. You know, don't go around demanding and commanding. You're not going to get anywhere fast with that. Okay, humility is key with this one. And so, yes, he is approachable. But don't think you're going to point a sword at him or a wand and tell him what's what. Doesn't work that way, and he's not going to be impressed. So, he's not going to tolerate that. Another title is the Emperor of Heaven or just Mr. Heaven. He's also known as Yuang Shangdi. It's also that his skin color is like a jade, like a yellow jade-ish color to his skin color. So he's light in color. Sometimes he's depicted as an elderly man with a long beard. And he could be holding a scepter and wearing a crown. Oh, he's always going to wear a crown. He rules the deities and he commands and governs the cosmos. What would we give the Jade Emperor? Incense. If you heard about the peach of immortality in China, yeah, you can give him peaches, fruit, money, jade, rice, do good deeds in his name, write a check to charity or a money order, and put the stub on his altar. Of course, water. I mean, he's an emperor, but he's also So he'll accept, he loves fine things, but if you can't, he understands. I mean, people today give him fortune cookies, and believe it or not, a fortune cookie was invented by Japanese in America. They invented the fortune cookie, in which the Chinese took over it. So, but fortune cookies are also good idea. The Chinese fortune cookie. So that's always a good idea. Cookies, cakes is a good idea. Bean cakes. And of course, pieces of jade. He likes tea, flowers. Trying to think. Noodles. I think they're called longevity noodles, but noodles, those chow mein things, those chow mein noodles, those little fried noodles, that's good for him. He'll accept that. Vegetarian dishes. And in fact, roasted pigs is also good. There's a thing called, there's traditional sweets, like there's also a thing called heavenly gold paper. Tea. Tea, yes. White tea, traditional tea, oolong tea. So, Earl Grey, whatever. Tea. So pork dishes, but there is whole roasted pigs put in his shrine, his temples. Wine is also good. Dishes like steamed fish, chicken. Dumplings are also a good idea. So when you think about dumplings, like crystal dumplings, there's also wonton. So the dumplings. So those are some of the ideas that you can give to him. Flowers. He likes flowers. He really does. Round fruits are definitely ideal because they symbolize, because they're completeness. So when you think about it, apples. You can give him berries like blueberries, cherries. You know, fruits like cherries, blueberries, little round berries are good. So those are just some ideas of what to give him. You should be clean. It would be the best time to worship him when avoid try to avoid being angry when you're worshiping him. I mean, have at least wash your hands, brush your teeth, or take a shower or a bath. And this is a sign of respect for an emperor. It's good to be in a lit area. Create a joyful and very happy, harmonious atmosphere. Sing, dance, get yourself in the mood. Candies is also, you can go back, give them candies. Candies is always good. You can give them vegan and vegetarian dishes. This, I know someone's going to ask that. Yes, you can give him vegan. You can make him a nice fruit salad. He'll accept it. Remember to also respect your ancestors. The Jade Emperor wants you to respect your ancestors. If you come from a bad family, you can say, some people will, okay, skip, maybe your parents are really, really bad, horrible people. But what about your grandparents or great grandparents? Your family line from hundreds of years ago. You could remember them, your ancestors. It's always customary to offer tea before alcohol. So, yeah, to offer tea, then the alcohol. And you should place the alcohol and tea close to the incense or the incense burner. So that's a good idea. You can set off firecrackers. Be aware of people who have sensitivity and alcohol to this. He does like, you know, the pop 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 pop. And you can give him like type of money that they burn is it's not real. Don't burn real money. That's gonna get you in trouble. You know what I mean? Don't burn real money. So I just thought that would be interest to people. So what else can I wouldn't offer him guava. I would not offer him uh, guava at all, or nor tomato. Fruits with stinky odors, like pungents, are not suitable for him. Custard apples, don't give it to him. Do not give him. Do not offer plums. In Taoism, you don't use in Taoism you don't use Tao, Taoism. Do not use plums. I wouldn't use star fruit. Fruits with too much seeds is not good either. But generally, round fruits are appropriate. So those are just do not be drunk, stinking drunk and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Don't use vulgar language around him. It's inauspicious. So, yeah, those are just some of the things to be aware of. So there's so much to learn about the Jade Emperor, but he helps people. He really does. And he's really caring. So typically during 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. is the best time which to worship, but yes, you can worship him anytime you want. I'm just saying, different times. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you did, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Think about being compassionate to others and giving to others and the less fortunate. Share what you have, if you can. You can even make a small donation, even just a buying a can of food or for humans or animals is good in the Jade Emperor's name. There are people that are suffering from these wildfires and floods. Think about, donating $1 or so, or rounding up your change at the cash register. Even if it's just 56 cents or something, it helps. Every bit helps. And you can do that and make yourself feel good and do it in the name of the Jade Emperor to help others. So please pass my video to your change, share my videos to your friends and family or your Facebook, your whatever internet apps that you have. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it, and I hope you like Loki Lofison's appearance here. And as always, blessed be